It's on. Hello, world. This is the Jeff and Jerry podcast, starring Jeff and
Jeff!
no, Jerry. Okay, so today we are going to bring to you one of our favorite segments, Speak in Song Lyrics. Jerry, would you care to start?
Don't go breaking my heart!
Toxic.
Failure. No, you.
I don't think failure is a
Toxic
song
is not-
lyric.
It's not relevant.
It's relevant if you see your face. That's a knee slapper right there. Knee slapper. Anyway, that bit may not be in our next episode, you guys. Because I don't know my song lyrics. Anyways, Jerry, why don't you tell one of your bad jokes you're well known for?
What do you call a horse that likes daytime and nighttime equally?
I don't know. What do you call it?
An equinox.
Equinox. Can you believe her, you guys? Equinox.
Jeff, I didn't know that you were gonna talk like this.
Jerry, what do you mean? I always talk like this. Jerry, this is inappropriate touching for the public. Jerry, inappropriate touching. Inappropriate touching. Rape, call 911. Anyways, let's move on to our segment titled What We Would Like to See Come Back. Jerry, do you remember anything from our old days on the internet that you wish people would talk about more?
Numa ora hey, numa ora hey, numa hey hey, numa ora hey.
Okay, so she would like the Numa guy to come back. Unfortunately for us, I hate the Numa guy, so that will not be coming back anytime soon. But in my opinion, I miss Potter Puppet Pals. Jerry, do you remember Potter Puppet Pals? Potter Puppet Pals?
Snape, Severus Snape,
Dumbledore!
Snape, Severus Snape,
Dumbledore!
Ron Weasley.
Dumbledore!
I wish I had extra vocal cords.
Don't we all? Sometimes I just wish I had 5 or 10 of them just sitting around. Just sitting around, you know, in jars, something. This is exactly why I need vocal cords sitting around, so they can strangle you. Anyways, let's move on to our other segment called Breaking Stars. Jerry, have you seen anyone or heard anyone playing recently that you think deserves a little more time in the spotlight?
Me.
That does not count. Can you think of anyone else?
Jeri Lynn Jenny?
That is still you, so we're gonna choose something else. How about my opinion? I think that this person on YouTube that I watch named Sam Sui deserves a little more time in the spotlight. Have you heard of Sam Sui, Jerry? He is a singer on YouTube that does videos and mashups of other songs, as well as some original work. Check him out. on to our next segment, improvaganza. Jeri, do you remember when we discussed improvaganza?
No.
Good, because I don't either, because we didn't discuss it. So,
Jeff, we didn't discuss any of this.
yes, we did. Improv is when you make things up on the spot.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
So, Jeri, why don't you start with something made up on the spot? Maybe something you remember from an old comedy TV show that we used to watch as children. The whole world could have gone without hearing that. Anyways, I was thinking of whose line is it anyways? Jeri, do you remember
We
whose
didn't watch
line?
that as children.
Jeri, do you remember whose line?
Yes!
Good! Do you remember your favorite segment? What was your favorite segment on that TV show?
Well, I mean, only I would know the answer. How would you know the answer? I didn't tell you.
That is the wrong answer because that is not a segment. Give me a segment, Jeri.
Scenes from a hat.
Okay, so let's recreate scenes from a hat.
But we don't have paper or pencil or a hat.
Choose a different one.
Can we have Ellie's movie segment now?
No. How about random party guests? Jeri, why don't you go over there? And I will invite you to my party. And I will have to guess who you are trying to be. Go on now, don't be shy. Walk off the screen. Okay, for all of you at home, random party guest is when someone comes into the room and they're pretending to be somebody. And I have to figure out who it is. In this case, Jeri's gonna pretend to be someone, and I'm gonna have to try and figure out who she's being. What's that I hear? Is that a doorbell? Or a knock? I better go get my door. Hello?
Nunuma ora hey, nunuma ora hey, nunuma hey hey. I'm done.
Jeri, are you the Numa Numa guy?
No.
That is the wrong answer, folks. If you can't tell, Jeri is feeling the pressure right now. And she's not doing so well with the show. This is why it's the Jeff and Jeri show. I can cut her off if I have to. Jeri, we already talked about Numa Numa before. You don't bring back the same segment again later on in the show. So, Jeri, who were you?
Squidward.
That was the best Squidward I ever saw. I remember back in the days as children when we used to put on our own movies together, and I got to play Squidward. I was a great Squidward, better than her. I taped an Easter egg to my nose to be Squidward. Jeri, do you remember when I was Squidward?
Unfortunately. I don't think there's enough therapy to get that out of my head, Jeff.
It's okay. You'll get over it. So when I was Squidward, I got to do impressions. Would you all like to hear my impressions? Thank you, audience member that's off screen. I would love to hear my impressions too. So this is Squidward. SpongeBob, why are you hanging out with jellyfish? I need a Krabby Patty right now.
Jeff, I don't
Thank
think
you.
anybody would believe that we're not on drugs right now.
It's okay. Drug free since '93.
You were born in 92.
Exactly.
What were you, a crack baby?
You never know. Have you seen our parents?
Yes.
that could possibly be watching this, so I probably shouldn't have said that, but it's okay. Now for our next segment. Jeri,
Jeff, we're not really gonna air this, are we?
what is your favorite book?
I don't know.
That's my favorite too! Do you know what else is my favorite book? Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Would you like to hear my British accent? It's okay, because I already started using it. Jeri, you're knocking over the camera! As you can tell,
Movie segment now.
Jeri has issues. And let me convene with the council. Jeri, do you agree that you have issues?
Am I the council? Yes.
You heard it from her, folks. She has issues.
Does that mean I can leave now?
No, I don't think it's been a half hour, but there is no timer, so we don't know. So let's move on to my new favorite segment. Awkward staring. I won, folks. In case you were wondering, Annie is not the poor child with red curly hair and dimples. It is our dog. Our beautiful dog, who is in the screen right now. Annie, do you have any words for the audience? Annie, you sound remarkably like Jeri when she has her face pushed into your head. And this is our other dog, Rocky. Annie has a different name besides just Annie. It's called Annihilator
Can we
3000.
tell about her tragic beginnings?
But none of us like calling her that, which is why she's called Annie. Jeri, why don't you tell the world about how we first met Annie?
The people who owned Annie didn't like her and they threw her in the garbage, and I found her and I washed her off, and then we have her ever since.
Isn't that just a heart-wrenching story, guys? I tear up just thinking about it! Jeri, I can't believe you didn't cry at that one. Such a sad story. I can barely believe it.
Okay, so the council concludes it is now Ellie's movie review time. Come here, Ellie.
Now for our new segment, Ellie's Movie Reviews. This is where Jeri's boyfriend, Ellie, gets to talk to you about the hippest movie that has come out recently and give his review on it. Ellie, what movie are you going to talk about today?
I'm going to talk about American Hustle. It's kind of redundant because everybody's talking about that movie, but it's so good.
Okay, I don't think I've heard of that one before. Can you tell me who's in it?
It stars Christian Bale, what's his face? Bradley Cooper.
What's his face is my favorite actor. He's in every movie.
Bradley Cooper, or otherwise known as the dude from The Hangover. And it's kind of sort of based on a true story, but it takes place in the 70s. Christian Bale's character has a fantastic comb-over, quite intricate, that has a starring role in the first scene. And it's just, if you like watching good acting, it's a good one. It's one to see for sure.
That's good. I will have to see that one. Did you guys know that I thought Benjamin Button was loosely based on a true story? I don't know what's wrong with me. Because clearly that could not be based off of a true story. But let's give a big round of applause for Ellie and his movie review segment. Woo! Ellie! Woo! Okay, now we're gonna bring Jeri back. Jeri, why don't you return to us?
No.
Hurry, Jeri! Okay, folks, Jeri is feeling a little shy, but why don't we hear from the audience? If you believe in Jeri, clap your hands! She lives off of your applause! Clap if you believe in Jeri! Jeri, why don't you return to us, please? Jeri, get over here! Jeri, get over here! It'll already be online when I'm asleep, so you get over here. We're about 25 minutes in if I were to guess, so I would assume we're going to be close to done. We have enough time for one more segment, though. Jeri, how about another segment that I like to call props? Why don't you run over there and grab the prop that's up there and not hit me in the face with a pillow? People, if you can't tell, I'm clearly the professional out of the two of us. Jeri, will you please go over there and grab that prop? The golden skull. That was not the prop I was thinking of, but that's a good choice as well. Hey, Jeri! Was it Mrs. White in the ballroom with the candle holder?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's Clue, Jeri!
Yeah, I don't like this. I'm done.
Jeri, you can't be done. You can't quit the Jeff and Jeri show during our first podcast. So as you can see, folks, it's gonna turn into the Jeff show from now on. And I will promise to bring you a new episode every Sunday. Until next until next week. Hasta la vista.